Hello and welcome to Shanghai Eye. I'm Chen Xuan.
Hi, I'm Timothy Pope. The 16th Shanghai Municipal People's Congress is putting a lot of emphasis on the city's leading industries of integrated circuits, biomedicine and artificial intelligence. And there's been strong growth in these areas. Over the past year, the value of these three industries has reached 1.8 trillion yuan.
And the policies have played their part in this growth. In 2024, Shanghai enacted over 20 policies related to scientific and technology development aimed at advancing the city's progress and producing high-quality economic growth.
Well, on this episode, we'll hear the story of a university professor who's embarked on his own entrepreneurial journey in this rapidly evolving field.
My name is Hamza Boukili, and I am a mathematics professor in Shanghai Jiao Tong University, Paris Elite Institute of Technology. I had the opportunity in 2016 during my student life to come to Shanghai and to spend a few months of an exchange semester here in Shanghai. And at that time, I could feel that life here is very pleasant, actually. So I had that thought in my mind to say that I'll be looking for good opportunities to come back again, because it's a nice place to be.
So in 2020, the student became the teacher, and in late 2024, an entrepreneur. The kinds of math he teaches his students is applied outside the classroom in the development of algorithms to help companies save energy.
Our aim is to apply some optimization algorithms and machine learning techniques into the energy efficiency in buildings to contribute to China's public policy in terms of carbon emissions. Shanghai is one very special business environment in the world, actually. It's a strong and diversified economy. It means that actually as a business we are in an environment which is flourishing of diversity of clients in terms of number and also in terms of different types of clients. On a different side, there is the fact that China today is a very highly connected country. In comparison to other places in the world, here we enjoy a high degree of connectivity because mainly everything that you can think of in terms of equipments, you will find people here in China that manufacture this, that do it for a long time, and that are highly competitive in terms of price and quality of the equipments they do. Actually, I am in the best environment I can think of.
Hamza, great to meet you.
Hi.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Please.
So, Hamza, tell me, you've established your company really recently, just at the end of 2024. What prompted you to take this step?
So actually there is many reasons that converged at the same time towards the fact that towards the decision to open the company. First of all, there is the fact that AI, artificial intelligence, in the recent times is a field of science which is gaining more and more dynamic. And we wanted to have our little contribution in this field. So this is on one side. On another side, there is the China's national policies in terms of carbon neutrality, which encourages people to work on their energy, to consume the energy more efficiently, to have a smaller carbon footprint. So in order to align different sorts of policies, at the same time the national policies and the international artificial intelligence tendency, we thought about this project actually in the recent times, and it was highlighted by the creation and the setup of the company and at the end of 2024.
Now, being such a new company, this is obviously the most difficult stage for any startup. How do you go about, failure-proofing yourself, I suppose?
Of course, failure is a risk that exists all the time, especially for such a project. So it's something that we accept. It's a probability that exists and we could maybe face one day. But at the same time, in my opinion, it's a question of proportions. So if the proportion of failure is big, you would ask yourself, is it worth it to invest the time, the energy, and eventually the money? In my point of view, the proportion of success is bigger for the moment. So we have every reason to do this project right now and not to postpone it to tomorrow. And even if you think about abandoning, no, it's completely not an option, because we have every reason to think that it's going to gain momentum.
I want to talk about some of those succeeding factors because, there does seem to be, at least vocally, quite a lot of support coming from the government towards high-tech entrepreneurship. How have you sort of benefited from some of this? Have you?
So actually, here we can talk about the place we are in today. We are in Caohejing high-tech area, which is one high-tech key area of Shanghai city, which also has, quite a long history of hosting and building from scratch startup projects. So this is a very convenient environment for such a project to set up and to grow big, because these guys have seen this all the time. They have experience. They can accompany you to be better. And at the same time, since artificial intelligence is a field which is gaining a lot of momentum recently, this actually translates into practice by some very concrete measures. For example, being labeled an AI company, you have the priority to come and to set up actually in front of maybe other projects or other fields that have to go through deeper analysis before seeing whether or not to accept them to open in this place. Here actually we have a supercomputer and it's free for our companies to access to. That's a very huge thing.
I think there is a lot of talk about these high-tech parks, industrial parks and things, but what you've given is a really great explanation about how and why they're important. You yourself come from a university background. How much cooperation do you see between learning institutions and institutions like Caohejing? Because we've sort of seen it from other angles before in terms of graduates and recruits, but also, you yourself are an academic coming into business. How do you see the cooperation on that side?
I'm teaching my students mathematics, basic algorithms, and logic elements, and so on. And through a project like mine, I could help them to see in practice how some very innocent elements of mathematical logic could be used to build up an algorithm, to build up a tool, could have a practical value in the market that could actually be sold for a lot of money actually. So you are just selling your
field of expertise.
A little bit actually. And being able to build such a bridge between the two circles, it's something that I think as a life purpose is something that gives a huge satisfaction actually. So my long-term purpose is to be able through my project to build this kind of partnership between the academic world and the industrial world. This way I can allow our students from the university to put their knowledge into practice, to be able to confront themselves to the real-life market issues. At the same time, we hope to be able to, through our knowledge, through our algorithms, through our science, to be able to put in the market some new tools that are, we hope, efficient, interesting, and maybe could help a lot of people out there to save a lot of money maybe.
Fantastic. Really fascinating insights. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Shanghai has a lot of areas which serve as hubs for different technology sectors: biotech, AI, aerospace, EVs, and so on. Now we're joined by another professor, Caohejing, from the Shanghai Academy of Social Sciences, Institute of World Economy. So Professor Huang, how does the government go about making the city one of the best places for innovative new businesses?
Yes, just as you said, Shanghai as one of the top innovation centers in Yangtze Delta and the leading R&D research cluster in Asian Pacific Center has the high reputation to give the incentive policy for R&D oriented, or we call it technology intensive startup. In terms of this action plan, we will find no matter in the civil level and the industrial park level, varieties of fund we named as Little Giant Startup Fund, and the high-tech incubation fund can be give the full accessible way for high technology to apply. Both big giant R&D center and the startups, we call the small and medium enterprises, high-tech enterprises, can get the access to apply for those subsidies and to apply for the varieties ways, even this World Expo and other fair, to show their high-tech products to pursue this market meeting.
Time for Shanghai A to Z. With the Spring Festival just around the corner, the city's in a celebratory mood and ready to welcome in the Year of the Snake. Follow us online to see where you can go during the holiday. Yuyuan Garden has begun its Lantern Fair, inspired this year by Mountain and Sea, a jungle story. This is the 30th edition of this fair, which offers a fusion of traditional Chinese culture and modern art. Should you visit, you'll be brought into a world where light and shadow blur the lines between reality and fantasy. It's worth a look. Sinan Mansions is also celebrating the Chinese New Year. Festive highlights there include the first apple of Sinan Winter, that's an art installation, and you've got the chance to make some New Year wishes as well. You can also see a photography exhibition entitled Fu, which means good fortune. There's also artificial snowfall and some light shows at night, transforming that area into a winter wonderland. Over in Hongkou District, an intangible cultural heritage-themed bazaar is taking place. That's held at Inlet, and it features more than 200 activities, including a lantern fair, exhibitions, markets, and performances. You can experience some traditional Chinese culture there and ring in the New Year of the Snake. And there are also some other shows and exhibitions that we would like to recommend. If you've got any questions for us, you can find us on our socials.
We'd like to hear from you, and you can find all our content online as well. And join us here on Dragon TV Monday to Friday.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
During my nearly 20 years working as a television host on ICS, I always enjoyed providing information and services for our foreign viewers. In this new era, as a member of Shanghai Media Group, ICS is leveling up with a brand new digital service, and we name it Shanghai Eye. Starting with the brand new English program, Shanghai Eye on Dragon TV, we will provide you with even more.
More coverage. We're going from a local Shanghai-based TV channel to a global network with a 24/7 streaming service, Shanghai Eye Live 24, for all of our content that can be viewed anywhere in the world.
More convenience will be available on multiple platforms, not only on television but online as well, right at your fingertips.
More content. We'll provide you with more first-hand experiences of life and business in Shanghai, and more stories showcasing everything China has to offer. We're here for all of our viewers who are interested in Shanghai and China.
Opening up to the world.
We are changing.
We're leveling up.
And there's a lot more to come.
From ICS to Shanghai Eye.
Join us for more.